Hey guys, so I'm just hanging out here on my bed. It's 1:45 a.m. and I just got back from my friend's house about an hour ago, from spending Thanksgiving with her family. And we were gonna go Black Friday shopping, but we ended up not going because her mom didn't feel good and my parents didn't really feel comfortable with me going, just me and her. So I'm gonna get up at 6 a.m. and go to this mall that is near me that opens at 6, and so hopefully I will get up because it's almost 2 o'clock and I'm really tired. But I wanted to film this video for you guys, so this is just kind of like a vlog video. So first I went to my dad's family, like Thanksgiving celebration or whatever. So we spent a couple of hours there, had like full Thanksgiving feast there. Then we go to our great family friends who, their daughter, who's my age, is my best friend, and I've known her my entire life. Well, she's known me her entire life. I've known her entire life because I'm like a year older. But anyways, that's kind of, didn't need to know that. But so yeah, we went there and we got there like earlier than we were supposed to. We were supposed to get there at like 5, but we got there at like 4. So they were eating dinner, which, I mean, it's totally fine because they said we could come eat dinner, but we had just eaten dinner, so we weren't going to. We weren't going to come that early, but we ended up eating like a second full meal just because it was different food, and so we were like, oh, we didn't have that at the other place, so let's just go ahead and eat it now. So basically, I'm like going to become obese after tonight. Sorry. And yeah, and then after that we went to this thing. I can't really say what it is because you could Google it and you would know exactly, because only my city or state, no, not state, like city-ish, only my area does it, but it happens every Thanksgiving. And what they do is like they turn on Christmas lights all in the town. So I think a lot of towns do that. I hope they do. Otherwise, you're going to know like exactly what I'm talking about. But I think a lot of towns do that. Like a lot of towns do Christmas tree lightings and stuff, right? It's basically just that, except they light the whole town. But I don't live in that town. I just live pretty close to it. I live like 45 minutes away from it. So none of the family friends wanted to go except for my friend, my best friend. And so my dad took me, my friend, and then my 2 little siblings, and we went to that. And I am not kidding you, the lights got turned on at like, I think it was like 6:50 is when they did it, and we got there at 6. And every year we have to get there at like 2 o'clock to get at least close to the stage so we can see them actually turn the lights on and like watch everything light up. But it was kind of like a last minute thing, and so we didn't get there until like 6. So we had to park, I'm not kidding, like 2 miles away, which that doesn't sound like that much, like that far, but there are hundreds of people, you guys. There are so many people. It is insane. And so we get there, and it's Bailey and Jack, my 2 little siblings, who are pretty short, pretty little, and then it's me and my friend Janelle, and we are, again, short. I actually had heels on, so I wasn't that short, but she was extremely short. She's already shorter than me, and I had heels on, so I was like a whole head and a half taller than her. And like then there was my dad, who's like has a broken back, or like is recovering from a broken back. It's hard for him to walk, so I felt bad, but there were so many people, and so we start weaving through because we want to get to the front, you know. And I'm sure we pissed so many people off, but eventually I was like, all right, we have to stop right here, because if we go any farther, we're gonna get like killed. Like we are going to get smothered to death. And people are just going to like yell at us, and we'll get broken up, and it'll be horrible. So, we got to this spot. I probably looked like a turtle for like that whole time. Oh well. We got to this one spot, and I was like, alright, this is good. So then, the crowd starts moving a little, so my dad's like, alright, well, let's just go a little bit further. So he went, and then all of a sudden, like, right after him, like, a bajillion people started going too. So we couldn't like cut in the little line that was weaving through people. And so me and Bailey and Janelle like got like stuck somewhere. And so once we were able to like get in the little caboose of the little line, I couldn't find my dad. There were thousands, hundreds of people. Thousands, hundreds. There were thousands of people. Just like everywhere. And I couldn't see my dad. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Not really. And in the like particular area that I was in roaming. So my dad's texting me saying, call me, text me now. I don't know where you are. This had been like after 15 minutes of him, like of us not being together. And so I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't have service. So I'm telling Janelle, see if you have service. She doesn't have service, blah, blah, blah. So eventually we found him and he was just like, now guys, was that worth it? Because he didn't really want to go. We really wanted to. It's kind of like a tradition for us. And it was really, really fun. So I'm glad we went. But I'm not kidding. I have like the worst blisters on my feet from the shoes I was wearing. Not good. And when we were there, when we were stuck in the spot, there were people like pushing to get through. It was ridiculous. Like I fell. We got split for like a second. We could still see each other. But there was like... and then all of a sudden this group of, I don't want to offend anybody, but big people. And they just like literally were shoving people. Like little kids, and they're like, excuse me, excuse me. And we're like, we're all trying to enjoy this too. This is as close as you're going to get without like, you know, like, without like getting stuck. You need to just stop here. This is a good place. Multiple people told them that, and they were like, oh no, we want to get to the very front. They were like 6 blocks away from the very front. Like, we could see on screens perfectly everything that was going on, but from the actual stage, we were very, very far. So we're like, whatever, people, but I'm not kidding, they had 30 people. 30 people in their group trying to get to the front. I was stuck between this Asian man in this giant fluffy coat, and then this another man behind me, and I'm like, this is awkward. I'm in like a grown man sandwich right now. And Janelle's like a couple feet over, like cracking up, about to pee her pants. But then she turns around and there's this Chinese man speaking Chinese to her, and she's like, what? It was horrible. It was horrible. And so it was actually really fun. That actually made it like the funnest part. But it was just hilarious. And then when we're walking out, this lady had her son, and she was, you know, walking him, and another lady was on her phone not paying attention, and the woman's son was like, you know, a little bit in front of her. She was holding his hand still, though, and this woman on her phone comes and, like, rips the lady's arm from her son's hand, and he, like, spins around like this. He, like, spins, you know, because his arm was right here, and then it's like, boom! And he, like, spun, and he almost fell, and then the mom caught him, and the woman on the cell phone didn't even notice. And she was like, the mom was like, hey, watch it! And she was like, oh, sorry. I was like, oh my goodness, people! So, yeah, but it really was extremely fun, and we got to watch this guy propose to his girlfriend, like, right there, right when they turned the lights on. It was like, dun, and fireworks, and then my sister's like, oh my gosh, and I look over and this man's on his knee. It was so good. So yeah, that was my little vlog thing. So yeah, then we went back and we had dessert and we hung out until about 1 o'clock, and now I'm home and it's almost 2. And I'm gonna get up in 4 hours to go Black Friday shopping. Yay! So yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Alright, love you, bye.